Time now for the Sports Six-Pack with Andrew Rogers.
You know what that means. It's time for the Sports Six-Pack, and we are at Hale Varsity Club right now to enjoy a six-pack, and maybe you're here too or on your way to Hale Varsity Club to get that six-pack on. We're here to answer your questions, the questions that you sent in, and make sure that even if you don't hear an answer, whether it's via Twitter or on Morning Show Coffee and Cream, we'll get to it right here on the Sports Six-Pack. Shaner has us loaded up. Kick us off.
Question number 1.
Your mic's not on.
Poll question today on Coffee and Cream. What was the best thing you saw this weekend? That's an easy one. Raiders, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers. You might as well just move on.
Yeah, don't answer the question for me, Shane. These are questions sent to me, and then I reiterate those questions and then send them over to you. We'll get to your answer, Mr. Raiders fan. Best thing I saw this weekend, let me go back to the poll results real fast because this was interesting. It was ultimately a popularity contest, and the general public flocked to our friends over in the Nebraska men's basketball program, which fantastic win, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. But here's what was on the list. Men's basketball win over Creighton. Creighton men's soccer win to get to the College Cup. Nebraska's volleyball NCAA tournament win, or Omaha hockey sweeping. And then DB and I even went into detail about women's basketball. And we touched on that a little bit too. But out of these, yes, men's basketball had one of their best wins in program history, especially against top 10 in-state rival Creighton. But guys, how can anybody really sleep on Creighton men's soccer right now? Like, I'm all about the win that gets you going the furthest, and these guys are in the Final Four. I don't know. I don't care if you're not soccer fans. I don't care if you don't even watch them on the regular. Look what they're doing now in the run that they are on. That's the best thing I saw this weekend, and I can't believe it got 0.9% of the vote, Shaner. 0.9%. Nebraska men's basketball took home 88.7, volleyball 4.7, which is also a little ridiculous in my opinion, and Omaha hockey sweeping the number 14 team in the nation, 5.7%. That was the second place one. These should be closer than what they are right now. Hockey sweep, people are sleeping on that. But men's soccer, Creighton men's soccer, that deserves to be the winner, in my opinion. But it's interesting to see how people went about voting on this poll question. And, I don't knock your decision because it was a great win, too. I just think Creighton men's soccer was the bigger one, in my opinion, for me.
Yeah, it was a great win for the Raiders. I wouldn't knock that.
Question number 2.
You like Deshaun this week. Are his struggles monumental?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Are they monumental? Yeah. No. I mean, it was his first game back. I thought he was going to show out better. But, Russ got to him, and he had 2 knock off the rust. He didn't really look overly consistent either throwing the football. There were a lot of balls that should have been in better spots that he just, didn't have enough strength on for the most part. Deshaun will figure it out. The Browns need to keep winning, and thank goodness their defense decided to play that football game because it was, 20-plus points from that defense. Yeah, I wouldn't say the struggles are monumental. I think that's a little too big of a word at the moment. But Deshaun Watson, as he gets more practices under his belt, more games, he'll start figuring it out. The connection will then be there with guys like Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Nick Chubb will keep that run game elite. They'll be fine, but they have a lot of work. They have their work cut out for them to get to the playoffs this year.
Question number 3.
Will the Cowboys end up as the top fantasy defense this season? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And they were one spot behind the Patriots. And I got this stat from NFL.com. And how do I put this? A lot of people don't like looking at fantasy stats and attributing that to the season, but I'm a big fantasy guy, so I continue to do it. The Cowboys are trying to do something that has not been done in this millennium, and that's finish as a top-scoring fantasy defense in back-to-back seasons, or the top-scoring defense in back-to-back seasons. After what they did to the Colts on Monday Night Football, thanks, there is no doubt that they took that spot above the Patriots. I mean, it's amazing how great that team is. I may even stretch it one step further and go out on a limb. The Cowboys could be the best team in the NFC East. Hear what I'm saying there, Shane? They're a team that, yes, doesn't have the record of the 10-1 Eagles, 11-1 Eagles. What are they now? I know they only have one loss. But, man, with Dak Prescott running this offense now, he's putting the haters to shame.
So do you have draft stock in this Cowboys defense? Because I know a lot of people don't normally do when it comes to fantasy because it's such a
they'll be the first defense off the board for years to come.
For years to come?
Yeah, I don't know why they fell as far as they did. They were unowned for a good portion of this season, at least in one of my leagues, which is amazing to me. I know it's a lot matchup-based, right? You drop a defense, you pick one up.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are a defense, though, that you ride all season long.
Question number 4.
Sweet, salty, or sour?
I'm a sweet guy, but I love sour candy, but that's still sweet. So I would stick with sweet over anything. What are you? Sweet, salty, or sour? I mean, all three are fantastic.
Salty. Salty more than sweet. Sour more than sweet.
Yeah, I'm such a sweet tooth. I have to stick with sweet.
So I would go salty, sour, sweet.
But when it comes to alcohol, like, I don't really want my drinks overly sweet. I don't hate sweet drinks, but...
So you want like your margarita with salt?
Actually, no, I'd probably take that with sugar, so maybe not. I was thinking more like my whiskey sour.
Your whiskey sour?
Like,
Gotcha.
I'd probably go more the sour route with alcohol. Yeah, I'm going to stick with sweet, though. Sweet, you can do so much with sweet. How sweet it is
Question number 5.
to be loved by you.
Oh, this one's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, the Panthers are expected to release Baker Mayfield. Where will he end up?
What's easy about that? What do you think?
He's going to end up in Las Vegas.
No, he's not. Baker
Always.
Mayfield will not end up in Las Vegas. You know where he is going to go? He's going to end up in San Francisco, like right now.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
They're not going to ride Brock Purdy to the end.
No.
They're going to have to get at least an option that can give them the best chance of winning. And, Brock Purdy, great quarterback, great Big 12 quarterback at Iowa State. But, Baker Mayfield's no upgrade. What is better, Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield at this point, right? I don't know. But maybe in Kyle Shanahan's offense, he can figure it out. It seems like a good spot for him to end up because they're just in desperate need of a quarterback right now, but we'll see. We will see.
Question number 6.
The college football playoff is set. Predict it now. What's our championship?
Georgia, Michigan. Pretty easy.
You could have predicted
easy.
that. You could have predicted that in the third of the Big Ten championship game, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty easy. Georgia is going to win. I'm going to root for Michigan, but Georgia's going to win. DB just looked at me funny. You can make an argument for either side, but the way I see Georgia at the moment, I think they have the better defense. And if Stetson Bennett keeps playing like he is right now, I mean, he's above J.J. McCarthy in my opinion. So I'm going to stick with Georgia, Michigan. But would I like a shakeup? Sure. I'm not saying I need Ohio State, TCU to be our championship, but maybe Michigan, Ohio State. That would be crazy.
So if there is a shakeup, where's it going to come from?
It'll be in the Georgia-Ohio State game. I don't think TCU beats Michigan. If anything, I think Ohio State beats Georgia. That's my own personal opinion.
Feeling tipsy yet? Catch more of Andrew Rogers from 7 to 9 in the morning on Hail Varsity Radio.